All right, Nick, let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. Been a little bit quiet, but we're starting to get some noise, especially on the quarterback position. I think we got some really interesting reports here. I'm Andrew, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, Nick, as I alluded to, the quarterback position finally getting some updates, finally hearing some things about Spencer Rattler. What's he doing down at Saints camp? What do the other players think about him? I think we got a really interesting report. Let's get on into it, and we're going to talk more about it on the other side. This, of course, is from over on 24/7 Sports. It says, Chris Olave hasn't seen much of Spencer Rattler, but he's already impressed with the New Orleans Saints rookie fifth-round pick. He's really talented, Olave said of his new quarterback. Rattler's arm talent is off the charts. This is one of the biggest praises of Rattler coming out of college, having been rated highly by scouts even as a high school recruit. It's also a reason Saints fans are excited about his potential. Right now, Rattler is trying to get accustomed to the speed of the NFL. He's entering a battle with Jake Haener for the backup quarterback job behind Derek Carr. Haener is the veteran in this situation, though he has 1 year under his belt. This competition for backup role could easily turn into an opportunity to be a quarterback in waiting. Arm talent isn't enough to be a good quarterback, of course. Olave made it clear he still needs to see more of the rookie to make a true evaluation. I want to see him in action, but for my first impression, he's going to be a really good player. Nick, I think this already is sounding really good for the Saints. We were high on Rattler. He has all the physical tools. I think he's going to be able to get the mental side of things down as well. Seems Chris Olave is very impressed from what he has seen. I'm curious what your thoughts on this one are. But before we get to you, Saints fans, in the comment section below, this is a very interesting quarterback battle going on right now. We know Derek Carr is here, but probably not for the foreseeable future. I feel like soon enough, one of these two guys is going to come out on top. And I want to know in the comments below, right now, who are you thinking is going to win this quarterback battle? Is it Jake Haener? Is it Spencer Rattler? Let us know in the comment section below. And while you're down there, check out the description below the video. We've got a really great recommendation of an NFL book to get your summer finished off on, get us right into football season. And that is Playmakers by Mike Florio. Nick's got the copy right here. We bought it. We love it. It's a great book. So check the Amazon affiliate link in the description below the video. Cost you nothing. Really helps us out if you decide you want the book. Check the description in the link below the video. But Nick, what are your thoughts on Spencer Rattler so far?
So look, it's obviously a good sign, right? Anytime Olave, who's a really good young player in his own right, has come out and says positive things about any player, certainly a quarterback, certainly Spencer Rattler, who, like you alluded to, we've been very high on him as a quarterback prospect. He seems to be getting better and better as he's worked through the offseason. That's good enough by itself, just as a standalone data point. But then you have to remember what Chris Olave's relationship is normally like with quarterbacks, right? Last year, we all remember the fact that him and Derek Carr did not see eye to eye, to put it very mildly, right? They were arguing. They were not in agreement. A lot of disjointedness between Olave and Carr. That was a big storyline, honestly, for the New Orleans Saints. So Chris Olave, basically, if he's a guy that has an opinion, if he's not happy with what he's seeing, if he's not impressed, he's going to say something, right? He's a guy that's going to say what he feels. And he was not impressed with Derek Carr last year. He is impressed with Spencer Rattler this year. And I looked through and I did a deep dive in search, and maybe someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But the fact is, Olave has said essentially nothing about Haener, right? And I think that just basically says the quarterback situation to me right now, the way it's set up for the Saints. You've got Derek Carr, who's just kind of in there because of contract reasons. Like you said, eventually, probably sooner rather than later, he's not going to be the starter. I think we all understand that. Then you have Haener, who's kind of like is okay, right? Yeah, not good, not bad, lukewarm. Yeah, maybe a good backup, right? Maybe he'll do some good things, but you'll go 7-10, maybe 8-9 with Haener, right? Nothing special. It won't be a dumpster fire, but it won't be anything special. But Spencer Rattler, the commentary is there's a chance it could be special, right? He's got the physical tools, he's got the moxie, he's got the toughness. He's a grown up, having transferred in multiple times or transferred in college to become a kind of mature, becoming a leader of a South Carolina team is last couple of years in school that really was struggling for any kind of leadership. He stepped up and filled that role for a program that really, really needed it, was desperate for it. And when you see that paired with Olave's comments about arm talent, you're kind of like, there's something there with Spencer Rattler. And look, we've been saying that a lot this offseason, and there's still all training camp, preseason, of course, there's a lot to go through. But so far, it is really looking like that Spencer Rattler really has a serious chance here to win the hearts of the Saints locker room with his physical talent and with his leadership skills. And he's just on his way of doing that right now, if you believe anything Olave is saying, and I do.
Yeah, Nick, and did my quick Google search of my own while you're talking. From what I'm seeing, I see maybe one story about Jake Haener came out about a month ago, maybe. So, in the aspect of people talking about Haener, not really. The only aspect they really are talking about him is that he's competing with Spencer Rattler. He's on the playing field. So I think all the praise, anything we're hearing about the quarterback position, is all going towards Rattler, which I think is very interesting. I think we know Haener. I don't think he's a horrible option. I think he's, a decent backup type of guy. But it's like the article said, we're talking about the future of this Saints team. And I think if you're a fan, a coach, an analyst, whoever you think that you are, when you look at the two options on the field, Spencer Rattler is by far and away the most interesting prospect you have to be the future quarterback of this team. He's the most, pro ready guy as far as arm talent, being able to make all the throws, all of that kind of stuff. The only thing he needs to work on is getting used to the speed of the NFL game. And I think he's going to do fine just there. So, like you said, this is going to be a really interesting battle, but I think Spencer Rattler, sooner rather than later, might be working his way to take the backup spot and eventually the starting spot for the Saints.